right, good morning everyone. I'm Lauri Ledley, the founder and president of Valley Sleep Center, and let's do some yoga together. So today, just grab a mat and we're gonna start in child's pose. And so if you're not familiar with child's pose, basically what you wanna do is just start out on all fours, okay? And then you wanna make sure that your knees are as wide as your mat and your feet come to touch, and then you just sink down on the back of your legs and you put your arms straight out in front of you on the mat, forehead touching your mat. Now, if you don't have the flexibility to be able to, as you can see, I'm kind of tight, and I'm usually, a lot of people, your bottom will touch your feet. And because I'm so tight, that's not happening. So you can use blocks to put underneath your, you can use a pillow. Okay, you can come down and basically put your head here, or you can also use them under your abdomen. Okay, whatever's comfortable. You can also do this, kind of like a puppy. All right, so go ahead, just get in your comfortable child's pose. Just sinking down, taking a deep breath in through your nose and exhaling through your nose. I'm going to teach you a little bit about Ujjayi breath. So in yoga, we have a breath that we do, and it's called Ujjayi breath, and it is inhaling through your nose. And imagine your nasal airway going down the back of your throat, and it's like a straw. And so we also call this the ocean breath. So just inhale, feeling the back of the air go, the air go through the back of your airway, and then you're going to exhale through your nose as well. Inhale. Exhaling through the nose. And you can do this to a count of 3, inhaling. Exhaling to the count of 3. So again, we call this Ujjayi breath. Really important in yoga. As you start to get a little bit better in your practice, you're going to be attached to this breath. It's what you're going to do to get you through the poses, the asana, the flows. But again, it's equal inhale, equal exhale. Some people have bigger lung capacity, so you might have to count to 4. So just try to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And again, Ujjayi breath is the Sanskrit name for this. We also call it victorious breath control or breath of ocean, so because it kind of sounds like waves. So if you're just joining, I want to say welcome. Go ahead and go into child's pose on your mat. I just sat up to teach you guys Ujjayi breath, but go back down to child's pose, spreading your knees as wide as your mat. Your feet can go down on the mat, and then pressing back, bottom to the heels, and then stretching your arms forward. And if you're able to, put your forehead on the mat or use a pillow or some blocks to give yourself some height up off the ground. And again, right here, we're going to focus on that Ujjayi breath. Inhaling 3, exhaling 3. And just start to notice how your body feels on the earth, on your mat. Giving yourself some gratefulness for showing up today. Just notice the energy in your body and how you feel right here. Notice with each inhale and each exhale, you might start to just sink a little bit more down into the mat. And just allow that to happen. This should never hurt. You might feel a little tiny bit of discomfort, and that's okay. But if you have pain anywhere, I need you to back off. And again, you can modify any way you want, okay? I'm super tight in my hips today because I've been doing a lot of weight training. So again, just whatever works for you. Just enjoy that really yummy child's pose. Whatever works for you. All right, we're going to take 3 more breaths here on your own. Inhaling to the count of 3. Exhaling to the count of 3. 2 more. Noticing that oceanic breath. Sounds like the ocean. And then on your next inhale, I want you to come up to all fours, stacking the shoulders over the elbows over the wrists, making sure that your knees are directly underneath your hips and you have a flat back. Inhaling and exhaling. Just get comfortable here. And then we're going to do some cat-cows, okay? So what you want to do is inhale, look up, drop the belly. That's cow. And then exhale, round the spine, tuck the belly button under for cat. Exhale. Inhale, drop the belly. Cow, look forward. Exhale, cat. Curve the spine. 3 more here. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Round the spine. Feel that. Inhaling, look up. Exhale. And then come back to a neutral spine. Again, making sure the joints are stacked. And then I want you to take your right hand and extend it forward like you're shaking someone's hand. Just keep it level about your ear. And then extend the left foot back, pointing the toe. This is a really great extension, really good for the core. Probably hard for some of you. It's okay. Just do the arm if you can. And eventually you'll be able to lift your leg up a little bit more and a little bit more. And just, again, keeping with that breath, inhaling, exhaling. 2 more here. And 1 more. Bringing the palm and the knee back down onto the mat to a neutral spine. We're going to do the other side. So this time, reach your left arm out, even with your ear, like you're shaking someone's hand, and extend the right foot back. Try to keep your hips level if you can. You don't want to do this. And then inhaling for 3. Exhaling 3. 2 more. 1 more. Don't be afraid to modify. And then coming back down to tabletop. All right, let's do some hip circles here. Just getting that low back loose. Oh, mine's tight. And then when you're done with those, come back to neutral spine. And then this time we're going to curl our toes behind us. We're not going to come into a down dog yet. But what I want you to do is just walk your hands about 1 inch forward and then engage your belly button. Pull it into the spine, making sure that core is nice and tight. And I just want you to push on your toes and lift the knees up just a tiny bit off the mat. And you're going to press into the palms of your hands. And this is going to feel really difficult. It's hard for me, so I just want you to breathe through this, okay? Do 1 more breath here. And then place your knees back down. Feet flat on the mat. You can shake them out a little bit if you want. I get little cramps in my feet. And then bring your hands back to neutral spine again. And then we're going to circle out those hips one more time. All right, we're going to come into our first down dog. So what you're going to do is walk the palms of your hands a couple inches forward, and you're going to press down into the mat. Your hands a little forward of your shoulders, okay? So you should have a little bit of a diagonal line from your shoulder down to your wrist this time. And then you're going to curl your toes, the back of your mat, and then you're going to press through the palms of your hands, lifting the tailbone, keeping the knees a little bent. Straighten the arms and just drop your head. And just see how that feels right there. You don't necessarily have to have your legs straight. Keep your knees bent. Keep that belly tight. Belly button to the spine. And you want to press through the palms, and your index finger should be facing forward. So it's almost like you're engaging right here through your chest and your lats, and just press into the palms, you know, this meaty part of your hand, okay? And the tailbone goes up. You're like a letter A, and as you get stronger in this pose, your feet will get closer, your heels will get closer to the mat, and then you can pedal it out here. Right, left, right, and left. And remember your breath. Should feel really good. Make sure that your shoulders aren't up in your ears. Roll them back. All right, and on your next inhale, I want you to gently walk your feet up towards your hands. We're going to come into a forward fold, okay? Now some of you, you're going to have to bend your knees a lot. You can also use some blocks here if you need to. It should not hurt in your low back, okay? So if it does, use some blocks and come up. Again, keeping your knees bent if you need to. Come into a forward fold. Inhaling and exhaling here. And you can do a ragdoll, swing back and forth. And then put your feet back down on the ground or on your blocks. And then we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time, bending the knees. Bringing the hands to heart center. All right, you should feel all warmed up. Hands at heart center, maybe close your eyes. And I want you to think of one word for the day. Intention. Maybe it's joy, maybe it's love. Just one word, hands at heart center. Breathing that in, exhaling out all worries, any stresses, any anxiety. Feeling your feet grounded into the earth. All right, and when you're ready, we're going to go into mountain pose. Open your eyes, and then bring your hands up to the sky. You can put your hands in prayer if you want. Looking up. Inhaling love, peace, joy, whatever your word is. Exhaling out, letting everything go. Feeling that pose, feet grounded to the earth, stretching up. And now we're going to do some side bends. So on your next inhale, I want you to reach up and then grab your left wrist with your right hand, and then gently reach up and over, side bending. you don't want to crunch. You want to reach up and over. And then on our next inhale, come back to mountain pose. Inhaling, exhaling, grabbing the right wrist with the left hand, and then side bending, stretching. You should feel a stretch all along your right side. Inhaling back up to mountain stretch. Exhaling, side bending over to the right once more. Pulling that left side. Feeling it all along the left side. You probably can go a little bit farther this time. Inhaling, mountain. Exhaling, stretching over one more time to the left. Feeling that nice stretch along the right side body. And then come back up to mountain pose. And then we're going to exhale and we're going to do a back bend. So bring your hands down to the low part of your back. And just kind of feel that just above the buttocks area. And I want you to take a deep breath, roll the shoulders down. Inhale. Exhaling, pushing forward gently and looking up. Exhaling as you go back. Inhale for length. Exhaling, look up. Now that should not hurt at all. And you might just be able to go here, that's fine. Again, keeping that belly button in towards the spine, engaging this core, protecting the low back. Inhaling for length. Exhaling, look up. Inhaling, come back up to mountain. Exhale, hands to low back. Inhaling, mountain. Exhale, side bend. Over to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Inhaling, mountain again. And this time we're going to cactus out the arms as we look up. Inhale up. Exhale, back bend, cactus out the arms. Inhaling, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. And then we're going to, on the next inhale, we're going to do a half a lift. So the halfway lift looks like this. You should be able to put something on your back, the flat of your back. So tailbone is straight out, neck in line with the spine, pulling forward, and your back should be flat, okay? So this, hands are either on your, above your knees, below your knees. Some people might be able to touch the floor. You can also use blocks, okay? So this is a half a lift. So when we say inhale, half a lift, so we say forward fold, you can bend your knees, inhale, half a lift, legs come straight. That's a half a lift, okay? So let's try that again. So mountain, inhaling, exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, half a lift. Exhaling, now we're going to come into a plank. So I want you to put your hands out. Again, stack the joints. Shoulders directly above elbows, wrists below elbows, all in a line. And then you can come into a plank if you're strong enough, okay? But this is the modification, all right? Right here, on your knees. I want most of you to just be on your knees right now because nobody needs to be hurting their back, and a plank is not for everybody. So for those of you who can't see me. All right, so you're gonna be right here, and I'm gonna, this is chaturanga. So again, you want the wrist, elbows and shoulders all in line, and then you just lower yourself down, elbows in to the mat, And then up dog is next. So you would press back and up, whatever you're comfortable with. And then the chaturanga series is you go into an up dog and then a down dog. Okay, so up dog and then curl your toes, down dog. All right, so let's go through that again. So walk your feet up to meet your hands. Forward fold. Inhale for half a lift. Exhale, plant the hands for plank. Chaturanga all the way down to your mat. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, so that's a little flow. Hopefully everybody's got that. You want to make sure that your hips are in line with your knees and your knees are in line with your ankles. So again, stacking joints, things like that, really important. Main thing is just to keep that belly button into your spine. So let's do that again. Walk your feet forward. Inhale, fold, or exhale, fold. Inhale, half a lift. Exhale, fold again. Inhale all the way up to mountain. And we're gonna just stand here, hands to heart center, just to give everybody a little bit of a rest, because that's a really hard, it takes a lot of energy to do that. But I wanna go through that one more time, because as we grow in yoga and we get stronger, these flows are really important and really great for your body to do, but I just don't want anyone to get injured. So as you are in heart, there in heart center. All right, so let's go through a little flow together. Put all those together. So inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, side bend over to the left, feeling that stretch on the right. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, cactus out the arms. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for half a lift. Exhale, come down to your mat. And chaturanga all the way down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So 3 breaths here. In through the nose, out through the nose. Just taking a break right here. All right, so our next pose is we're going to bring the right leg up. So keeping the hips square, bring the right foot and point it as high as you can. Remember to breathe, don't hold your breath. And then let's just gently place it down. Let's do that with the left foot, straight back. Lift it up high as you can. And then bring it down. Take a couple breaths here. Inhaling the right foot back again, up high to the sky. And then rotate your right hip out and bend your knee and see if you can point your right knee up to the sky. You'll feel this in your glutes, your buttocks muscles. And then you can circle it out. Do 3 in one direction and then 3 in the other direction. Loosening up those hips and then straighten the leg back out and then bring it down. And then lift the left leg straight up and back. bending the left knee, pointing your left knee up to the sky, and then circling out that hip. And then the other direction. And then coming back into down dog. All right, this time we're going to lift our right foot up and we're going to step it through to crescent. So using your body, make sure that belly buttons to the spine. I want you to bring the knee towards your nose, and then you're going to step it. You step the right foot right behind your right hand, placing the left knee back down on the mat, and then you can gently use your foot to come up. I'm not your foot, your knee. Use your knee right here. And if you have the space, you can lift your hands up in prayer. Inhaling and exhaling, coming down. Hands on the inside of your right foot. Use a block if you need to. This is lizard. And then on your next inhale, I want you to lift up the right arm to the sky for an easy twist. Keeping that knee in line with the hip. Don't let it flail out here. Looking up. Twists are very detoxifying. Really great for our range of motion. Exhaling, coming back down to lizard. And then on the next inhale, we're going to come back into downward dog. Inhale the left foot up. And then exhale, step it forward behind the left wrist. Dropping the knee to your mat. Your right foot is directly behind your right knee. You want to make sure that the left knee is directly over the ankle. And you can come, just stay right here and feel that stretch along this right hip flexor. Or you can bring your hands up in gratitude and praise. Whatever it is you're grateful and thankful for today. And think of that one word that you're going to go out into the world and share. Keeping the belly button to the spine, protecting that low back. And then on your next exhale, you're going to bring your hands, exhale, down to the mat. Lizard on the inside of the left foot. Again, use a block if you need to. And you're going to twist, so keeping the right palm down on the ground or your block, lifting your left hand up to the sky. Easy twist on the other side. Should feel really good. Exhale, come back down to lizard. You might notice that you can go farther right now. Just feeling that gentle lunge. And then go ahead and bring that left knee back down to meet the right. Right here, you're in a tabletop, and we're going to kind of just push back into downward facing dog. And then we're just going to kind of rotate ourselves around into a wide leg forward fold. Hopefully you guys got there okay. Okay, your back should be flat. If you can't touch the mat, that's okay. Again, use your blocks. Keep that back flat, and I want to round, okay? Just inhaling and exhaling here. And then when you're ready, you can rock side to side. So bending the right knee, straightening out the left leg, and then side to side. Bending the left knee, straightening out the right. Again, watch your knees that they don't go forward to your toes. Just feel that stretch along the inside of the thighs, the inner thighs get really tight when we sit around. Right, and then come back to center and just kind of hang, if you can, down. Put your hands down on the ground if you want. And then gently walk your feet in. Ragdoll here. And then very, very slowly roll yourself up to standing. Take a breath here. And then just stand in Tadasana. Tadasana is also mountain pose, but you can just bring your hands right down, even with your hips, keeping your shoulders down and back. Mountain pose. Closing your eyes if you want. Catching your breath here. We're going to just do a couple of standing poses, okay? So your feet should be about hip width apart. We're going to do some balancing. So if you need to hold on to a chair, a wall, whatever you want, I just want you to feel grounded. And on your next inhale, lift up the right knee. Just keep it in line here. Okay, balancing, keeping the belly button to the spine. Really important that we work on our balance. See if you can hold it for a couple more breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Put that foot down. Left foot and bend the left knee. I like to flex my feet, keeping that belly button in, shoulders down, arms open. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, let's do the other side. This time we're going to extend the leg all the way out. So start out with the bend. You might want to find a gaze that you're staring at. And if you're ready, you can kind of extend that foot forward. Doesn't have to be straight. Mine's not straight. This is practice. We do a little bit each day. We get stronger. Put that foot down. Let's try the left. Inhaling. And if you're ready, straighten that out. Inhale. And exhale down. All right, we're going to do tree. Catch your breath here. And then on your next inhale, I want you to grab your right foot with your right hand, placing it directly above your left knee or below. You guys can also do this and keep that foot on the ground if you need the stability. But if you're strong enough and ready, feel the resistance between the right foot and the left inner thigh. And then you can come hands to heart center, picking something to focus on. Remembering to breathe. And if you want to, you can raise your hands in praise and gratitude. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Bring the right foot down to meet the left. And then when you're ready, bring the left foot up on the inside of the right thigh. You're going to notice a difference on the sides. I have it. Inhale and exhale. And if you're ready, grow some branches of your beautiful tree. Our growing tree in this beautiful journey called life. How are you watering your tree? Exhale, hands at heart center. And then drop the foot down to meet the other one. All right, so at this time I would like everyone to come down to their mat, laying on their back. Lay flat on your back. You can bend your knees if you have to. We'll do a couple of stretches on our back, and then we will Notice how your body feels now. The energy flowing through it. Just relax here. And when you're ready, I want you to bring your right knee into your right shoulder and hug it. Just feeling that stretch. Maybe rolling out that hip again by circling the knee. And then extending it back down to meet the left. Bending the left knee, bringing the left knee all the way up into your abdomen, your chest or shoulder, whatever flexibility you have. And rolling that out. This pose right here is really great for digestion, gas pains. And then when you're ready, extend that back out. And then bring the right, grab behind the knee on the right leg. Now some of you may not have the flexibility. You might have to use a strap, a towel, but just straighten that leg. You can also just keep it bent a little bit if you need to. I get cramps sometimes in my quads, but just feel that hamstring stretch, circle out the foot, and just breathe. And if you're watching this later or you want to rewatch it, you guys could do this every single day and it would be so beneficial. Great to do at night before you go to bed. These little stretches. You'll just, every single day, you'll see a change in how you feel and in your body. And then exhaling that back down. And we'll do the left side, inhaling, grab behind the knee. Straighten out the leg if you can. You have that flexibility. Just feeling that stretch along the whole back side of the leg, the left leg, the hamstring, circling out your ankle and your foot if you'd like. And then exhaling that back down. Bending the right knee back up. And then I want you to put it at a 90 degree and then twist. So you can do your hands in cactus, or you can put them straight out. And then with your left hand, grab your right knee and just twist over. Try to keep the shoulder down on the mat. Inhaling and exhaling. And then coming back out, extending your right leg to meet the left, bringing the left knee in and twisting over towards the right. Looking left, cactus or your arms straight. And then when you're ready, bring both legs back out to meet each other. And we're going to end our practice with a nice relaxing Shavasana. So hands can face up to receive or down for grounded. Flop the feet out and just feel your tailbone rooting down into the earth, all the way up to your head. Closing your eyes. Noticing all the healing energy floating through your body. Every cell in your body is healing with the radiant energy that you just created in this practice. Bring your attention back to your breath. Notice how different it feels. Don't fight it, just let it flow. Are your inhalations longer or shorter? Just noticing that beautiful breath that gives us all life. So I want you to stay here on your mat if you're comfortable here. If you'd like to come up into easy seated position with me, you can. Otherwise, just stay here. Just lay here and enjoy the relaxation. Noticing your breath. And I'd like to end this practice with a little personal story. When I was just 26 years old, I was diagnosed with a very aggressive form of cancer found in my breast called Burkitt's lymphoma. I was 26 years old and I was pregnant. I had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. I'd just been married for 7 years. I found myself in some of the hardest decisions that I've ever had to make. And a message that I heard during my decision process, which was to either terminate my pregnancy or take chemotherapy while I was pregnant. I heard this message from our pastor at my church, and he said, "You'll never have joy in your life without taking risks." So our choice was to take chemo while we were pregnant. And my almost 30-year-old son, Connor, was born with a full head of hair while I had no hair. I chose to take chemo while I was pregnant. And because of that risk, I've had joy after joy after joy. So I just want to say thank you for taking the risk to be here today with me, to enjoy this beautiful practice of yoga. It's a risk for me just to be teaching it. So thank you for joining me. And if you're ready, you can bring your hands to heart center. If you're still on your mat, enjoy the relaxation. But I just want to say that I'm so grateful for this day that I've been given. And I'm grateful to each of you. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.